What up, my beautiful soul tribe? So I just wanted to share that I had a little conversation with my spirit guides. They came to me without me even going into meditation. They came to me. They came to me when I went to sleep, and they showed me something that I didn't see. They gave me information that I needed. They gave me information that I was seeking, actually. And I now know why. Because I was venturing down the wrong path. You know how I say everything is energy? Everything is energy. So not too long ago, did I take a hike and I got lost, kinda, a little tiny bit lost. Long story. But while I was on my hike, not only did I get lost, I got jacked up by some pricker bushes. Really jacked up, like really messed up. Like my whole lower half of my body had like over 100 pokes. And not only did I get poked to death, I got bruised because I fell. I got bruised because some of the pokes bruised me so hard that the prickers hit me. I punctured my skin so hard that it left little tiny bruises. However, it's all healing up and it's kind of fading away. But when it first happened, it was really bad. And I got a little tiny, I didn't feel good. I did not know that when you get poked by prickers, they put a toxin into your bloodstream. And it's what protects the plant. I didn't know that. So I had a lot of pokes on me and I did not feel good after my hike. Like I got a little tired and I had low energy. I didn't feel good at all. And it's most likely because I got poked a lot. I didn't go to the hospital or anything. I'm good now. But I was also on an antibiotic because I had a sinus infection, so maybe that helped. Anyways, that is a representation, and I knew this because there was a moment while I was on my path in the woods, lost, that I received guidance or information or a vision or a download, whatever you guys want to call it. I received this vision that I was there because I was being shown that this is a representation of what's going on in my real life. Being lost, being on the wrong path, getting hurt over and over and over again. And I was shown this vision when I ventured into a pricker bush that was a massive. It had to be like 12 feet tall. It was massive. 12 feet tall, but the branches were kind of like bent over. Some of them were up. They were hitting me in the face. You know, I got hit in the face a lot and never once did I get a puncture mark on my face, thank God. But that's when I received the vision, was when I was in the middle of the pricker bush, because I looked to my left. I was trying to see what was the way, which way can I get out of this bush that was going to injure me the least. And it didn't matter because I was surrounded, because I was literally in the middle of the bush. I don't know how I got there. I was so lost, adrenaline was pumping, and I just ended up in the middle of this humongous, massive pricker bush. And I had prickers to the left, prickers to the right, prickers in front of me, prickers behind me, and I was just like, okay, how do I get through this without getting hurt? And it didn't matter. I was already in the thick of it, so it doesn't matter which way I was going to go. I was going to get hurt to get out. That's literally my life. That's literally what I was shown. No matter which way you go, you're gonna get hurt. Because the only way out of all of this is to go through it. The only way out is through. That it just blows my mind. Just blows my. Even though I am in tune, tapped in, and I follow divine guidance, it still blows my mind. Because I literally just had this conversation a few months ago. And I said the only way out is through. And I was reminded by my spirit guides that the only way out is through. So no matter which way I go, I was going to deal with something that was going to hurt me. And I just had to get through it to get out of it and then continue my journey. It was kind of like the universe was saying, Gabby, you put yourself here. Now you have to deal with the consequences, aka karma. Anyways, with that being said, my spirit guides came to me and they had a conversation with me last night. I know this sounds a little woo-woo for some of you, But I mean, if you're still here and you're still listening to this and watching this, you were guided to be here, or something about me draws you in and I'm coding you, you're interested. And if you don't like it, why are you here? Why are you enduring the pain of not liking what I'm talking about? Just swipe and keep going and go watch somebody else's channel and watch them talk about something. Anyways, so I'm guided by I receive information from my guides, and that's literally how I live my life. My whole entire life. I'm intuitive. I am tapped in. I've been that way since I was born. I didn't know it was a thing until I knew it was a thing. But I'm tapped in. I don't make decisions in my life unless I tap in, tune in, meditate. I follow that gut feeling. Sometimes I ignore it, and then I end up getting lost in the woods, stuck in a pricker bush. But for the most part, I listen to my guides. My guides have never misled me. They have never lied to me, and they have never steered me wrong. I steer myself wrong. When I'm lost in life, when I make poor choices, that's me doing that to me. That's not my guides doing that to me. So there's this little saying, and it goes, you can't match energy with energy because it's like cleaning dirt with dirt. It's true. You can't match, and you shouldn't match energy with energy because you can't clean dirt with dirt. Two wrongs don't make a right. You're not going to make, nothing comes out of that. Cleaning dirt with dirt. Literally, my guides were telling me, you're stagnant. You need to let it go. If it doesn't do something for you to elevate you or to level you up, if it's not for your highest good, let it go. Like, hello, McFly, like literally the movie in my head. Hello, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Do you like being stuck? Do you like being hurt? Do you like being treated like garbage? Do you like to feel like garbage? Like, they came to me and like reprimanded me last night. Like, what are you doing? You were doing so good. Like, this is the conversation. They're sassy. You're like, you were doing so good. And then you're walking down this path and you got fucking curious and you ventured down a different avenue on this path. Stop. Do not go any further. Turn around, go back. Because this is not the path for you. This is not it. You didn't come this far to take a left-hand turn. Then they showed me, yeah, I always say your vibe attracts your tribe. They're telling me you are attracting what you are not healed, what has not been healed. That is literally what's on my path. And they didn't think I was going to take a left-hand turn. They thought that I would see this and heal this. They didn't know that I was going to proceed in a different direction. So they're trying to show me, hello, you know this already. You see this within these people. You need to let these people go because you cannot change these people. These people were put on your path to show you what you need to heal, and you stayed thinking that you could heal them. Stop the shit, Gabby, because you can't change people. You have to cut the people loose, and I know this. And some of the people that I have to cut loose, I love, and I don't want to cut people off that I love. And they literally taught me the biggest fucking lesson and said, do you like the way this makes you feel? Do you want to continue feeling like this? Do you want to continue to be stuck? Do you want to continue to be hurt over and over and over again? They reminded me, yes, Gabby, you're a catalyst for change, but you can't change anyone. I'm put on people's lives to be a catalyst, okay? And they do what they do with the energy that they receive. I cannot make them do anything. And that is the hardest part about this healing journey, is trying not to push what you know onto other people. Kind of sucks because I have some really amazing people in my life and I don't want them to go nowhere, but I have to turn around and go back and venture down the path that I've been on and get back on track. And now I know what needs to be healed within me, and there's a lot of shit that is unhealed within me. A lot of shit. And if they decide to change, I will attract them. And I will be magnetic, and they will follow me in a different light. Maybe. I don't know. I'm back, tribe. Maybe this is part two. I was just walking down the grocery store aisle, and the divine brought awareness to my path as I was walking down. This sounds wild. I know it does. I know it's bizarre for those of you that are not in my frequency. It's bizarre. But yeah, I was walking down the aisle, and it had little square tiles, and it had like two lanes, the right lane and the left lane. And I noticed that when I was walking in the right lane, and then I shifted to the left lane, then I shifted to the right lane, and that's when it was brought to my awareness that sometimes we are on the right path in life, but you need to learn to stay in your lane. It's not that we veer off the path necessarily. That's not always the case every time. And you're not going in the total opposite direction from where you're going. You're still going in the right direction in life. You're just in the wrong lane. You need to learn to stay in your lane. That's literally what I heard Spirit say to me. Just learn to stay in your lane, Gabby. Learn to stay in your lane. It's as if they were kind of adding to the video that I just posted about going down the wrong path. It wasn't necessarily being on the wrong path. It was just that I wasn't in my lane. Stay in your lane. It made me laugh because, I mean, how could you not? Literally having these conversations in my head. I know it sounds crazy, especially to the average, 9 to 5er, the person that's stuck in the box, small awareness, somebody that doesn't expand their awareness or their consciousness, and they don't give a rat's ass about anything other than get up, go to work, make money, come home, clean house, cook dinner, the programmed human. So, a lot of my content is a little out there and a little bizarro for the normies, right? And I get it. I don't know why you're here other than coding. I'm coding you. I'm coding you. Still a little bizarre. I have friends that watch my content that are still my friends that are like, my friend Gabby, she's a weirdo. She's a nice person, but she's a weirdo. How do I know this? Because they tell me. But, sometimes those same people end up in my DMs asking me to do like a reading for them or to get advice for that, for them, or somebody in their family will pass away or somebody that they love will cross over, and they're in my DMs asking me questions. So they always seek the weirdo when their heart and soul is hurting. So I am honored to be your weirdo friend, and my doors are always open, and this is a non-judgment zone. And you know what else I love about it? Is I'm not basic. I'm not a basic bitch. And I'm so glad. Because I see the basic people, and I think to myself, wow, your life must be really fucking boring. To be so basic and normal is so boring. It's like doing what everybody else does. And I've never done what everybody else does. I'm the oddball, the black sheep. I like being the black sheep, and I like being the oddball. I like to be the diamond in the rough, the different one. That's what makes me so unique. That's what makes me so magnetic. And sometimes being that way also makes life a little lonely. We are lone wolves. We walk this path alone because we have to go through all of these fucked up lessons, and we learn them when we're alone. Or better yet, we actually go through these lessons when we're surrounded by people, and we allow people into our realm, and we allow these people, we pull the walls down, we open the doors, and we trust. And then these people come in and they hurt us. They hurt us spiritually, they hurt us mentally, and unfortunately, some people get hurt physically, right? And that's where we learn these lessons, is when we are hurt, when we get hurt. A lot of us have big hearts, very giving, very empathic, very, very sensitive. I am so fucking sensitive that sometimes I wish I could put a shield around my empathy and close it. I don't know how you perceive me, but I'm learning to be more vulnerable, so maybe you guys can see that I'm sensitive or even vulnerable, but I still struggle being vulnerable. And like, crying in front of people or crying to people is something that I try not to do, because I was raised and told that crying is weakness. I know it's not, but I still have that within me. And I don't like to cry in front of people. Plus, I don't like to be like the sad story. And I don't want to be that sad girl. And I hate pity and all that junk. But I'm learning to be more vulnerable. And it's not easy to be vulnerable. It really is not easy to be vulnerable. But on this path, sometimes I wish I could just turn all of that off. But if I turn it all off, then I wouldn't receive the lesson. The message in the lesson. Message in the lesson. Anyways, I just wanted to share that because I thought it was funny that Spirit brought that to my awareness in the grocery store. And I guess you have to be a level of weird to actually find humor in that.